Freem Family Brewers has opened up a second location in Milwaukee, just south of Portland, so you're now less than a half hour away from their 20-plus taps of award-winning beer and consistently delicious food. Plus, they're in an old firehouse where they turned the old fire pole into a fully functioning tap, which I think is really cool. And if beer isn't really your thing, well, they also have 3 bars with seasonal cocktails. Freem Milwaukee is open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Head over to freembeer.com for a full menu. That's PFRIEM beer.com. Looking for something different than the usual sports scene? Head over to Sticky Wicket, Portland's home for foreign sports. You can go watch cricket at all times, but there's also plenty of men's and women's soccer, rugby, Aussie rules football, and so much more. There's drag bingo at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, trivia also at 7 on Thursdays, and free metal darts whenever. So get out of the house and cheer on your extremely niche sports team together. Visit Sticky Wicket in St. John's. For more info, go to stickywicketpub.com. That's stickywicketpub.com. Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about all of our top picks for the month of October, from food, entertainment, and everything in between. Joining me on the show are our very own producers, John Notariani and Julia Fiaioni. It's Thursday, October 2nd. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Happy October, everyone. Welcome to the show. Julia, John, thanks for joining me.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, if you're new to the show, our monthly guides are something we started doing here at CityCast Portland to feel a bit more connected to our city, because we all know it's so easy to get stuck in a loop, doing the same old, and missing out on all the cool things happening around you. And fall, I gotta say, is our region's most magical season. There's weirdly so much to do, right? You would think we'd be done being outside. So hopefully after you listen to today's show, you're going to walk away with some new ideas for how to have the best October possible. And if you try anything that we suggest and you hate it, John is going to buy you a beer.
Nobody's taken me up on it yet. I feel like you keep offering up my money, and so far, no returns.
They just love all of our picks. Come on.
Yeah. And it's going to be a Freem beer specifically because they are sponsoring this month's guide. And transition. What do we think?
I like that.
A big thanks to Freem Family Brewers for their support. We are a free daily show, so local support means everything. And John actually has a little bit more on that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so you've probably heard it if you've been listening to the show this week. We are in the final days of our fall membership campaign. And before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has already joined. Y'all are amazing, and we love you so much. But we really do need your help to be able to reach our goals and just sustain this daily show and the newsletter that we put out every day. Because CityCast exists to be a good neighbor in our community. And one of the ways that I think we do this, you guys, is by holding the city accountable, really paying attention to what's going on in local news and asking questions about it. I'm thinking about the conversation from earlier this week with Portland Councilor Candace Avalos. We talked about that trip that she and a few other councilors took to Europe, investigating this idea of social housing, right? So this is both a big idea, something that could really help us here in Portland potentially, but we also had the chance to sort of push back on the cost to taxpayers, I mean, they went ahead and spent $47,000 of taxpayer money on this trip to Austria, and we obviously had some questions about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think for people who listen to this show and who are a part of the Portland community, it's really important to know these things. And when you become a neighbor, you're able to help sustain journalism that keeps our city honest and connected to what's going on out there,
Yeah, for sure.
$10 a month, $100 a year. Please join the CityCast Portland Neighbor Program. You can do it right now at membership.citycast.fm.
Thanks, John. And we, of course, do a lot more on the show than talk about our housing crisis and local news. We do monthly guides. We do neighborhood guides. We tell you where all the good restaurants are. So how do you want to learn about Portland? Do you want to be mad at it? or do you want to have a good time? Or both?
Mad at it today and then cool stuff to do tomorrow.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's just jump in. I'm so excited to share our picks for our biggest obsessions and also just some of the biggest events that we're thinking of sharing for this month. So who's going to start?
I would love to start, and I'm talking about the opening of a new bar in the Woodlawn neighborhood called Laverne's. It's on North Peakham, and by the time this airs, they should already be open, so go in and show some love. But I've been hearing a lot about this new spot from a close friend of mine who will actually be bartending there. And it sounds like the focus of this place, it's going to be a neighborhood bar. It's cheap drinks, of course, and really good chicken, specifically Yucatan-style rotisserie chicken. So like rotisserie chicken late at night? Like, come on. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you don't understand. We've been talking about how we're missing a good chicken shop because we used to have one. It was Mama Bird, but like it went away. They decided to become something else, and bless them. But I miss fire grilled chicken, or I'm sure they're going to do rotisserie style in a different way. But I miss that. I want. You know what I'm talking about, John. I feel like bigger cities always have a few chicken shops. In communities with stronger Mexican presence, the chicken shops are like insanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is the goal for them, and then they're also teasing late night quote walking tacos, which are basically like all the ingredients to make a fast food taco in a Doritos or Fritos chip bag, which is such a good idea.
You got John's attention there.
I pulled up their Instagram page and immediately saw that bag of Fritos and knew what was happening.
Yep.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yep. So they're teasing it right now, not fully confirmed. But the cool thing about this spot too is they also have this ballroom upstairs. It's like full wood floor ballroom and a private dining hall. So you could use that space for a mix of private dinners and also just different live events that they'll be hosting. So it's really going to be like a very dynamic community space. I'm obviously very biased because my friend's going to work there and I'm going to be like the first customer through the door. But I am so excited to check this place out.
This looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, as a person with Mexican heritage, have never heard of Yucatan style rotisserie chicken. So I'm really excited I'm a northerner, so I've only had that style. So it's red.
Yep. I'm
already blown
expecting
away.
Spices. I'm expecting tasty. That's good enough for me.
What about you, John?
I'm excited about the return of Portland Underground Grad School. Do you know about this, Claudia?
Pugs? I've heard because I feel like I've known people who've either taught a class at Pugs or So explain to me why you're so excited about it, though.
Pugs is back. So you're right. This is something that's been around for about a decade. And the whole idea was for people who want to learn but don't want to deal with the expense and the sort of exclusive nature of grad school. It's just people in the community teaching classes about things that they're really passionate about to other people in the community. And they do all sorts of different classes. It's some are really practical, some are really sort of quirky. The last location where it had been housed closed down this spring. So people had sort of thought that Pugs was going to be over. But it's coming back this fall with a new set of classes. Here's a couple of the courses that they're offering. Financial freedom. They're teaching a class in tree allyship, which is all about being a steward of forests and trees. There's one on rewilding, which is all about reconnecting with ancestral ways of living. So it's this huge range of different interests. And again, super community oriented, very deeply sliding scale, right? So on their website, they're very explicit about making sure that these classes are accessible. And to me, it's just this really cool Portland institution that is now back. So yeah.
I got to say that tree allyship, by the way, all the classes sound awesome, but if someone from out of our city scope read what tree allyship was all about, we're never beating the allegations.
That's it.
It is the most Portland shit of all time,
and
right?
we're just I'm an ally to trees.
Oh, gosh.
Are you an ally to trees? Oh,
Hey, I'd still take the class. It sounds cool.
Cool. John, are you gonna take a class?
I'm interested in taking a class. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly thinking about tree allyship. No, because it is as a person who doesn't own property, what can I do to sort of take care of the community in that way? I think that's really cool.
That is really cool.
That's nice.
What about you, Julia?
I've been looking around at different courses in Portland, even at PCC too. But what I really want to learn is how to take care of my car because I just got a car and I want to learn how to change my oil myself. So I'm not seeing that in there. But honestly, listeners, if you know of a place to learn how to...
Car Crush!
I look there too. Nothing there yet. I've taken their engine building course. It's amazing, but nothing on those basics that they're offering just yet. So I'm on the look. If anyone knows, please email us because I would love to learn.
Yeah, that is a good skill to have, I gotta tell you. As someone who doesn't own a car, by the way.
It would be so cool to know.
But I hear it's a really good skill to have. Well, for me, fall is the beginning of battening down the hatches for winter. So I start looking for more indoor activities that isn't just like sitting around drinking with friends, which no hate, time-honored activity. But October is also Halloween season. And so some of our local movie theaters have gone all out on their programming for the month. And I wanted to highlight 3 theaters in particular. Pam Cut Tomorrow's theater entire October catalog is absolute gold. I feel like I can go on any day and it would be something I would want to see. Just some highlights include Rosemary's Baby, Suspiria, and the Japanese art house classic Houseu, which if you haven't seen Houseu, and if you love campy horror films, you need to get tickets like right now. It's like nothing you've ever seen or will ever see again. It was made in the 70s, so we're just never going to see that kind of special effects magic again. So insanely creative. And these are movies that I think that we're going to naturally want to watch in October, but you get to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not all. They've also got more children appropriate films like Kiki's Delivery Service and stuff. But also Clinton Street Theater has its own roster of eerie films like Elvira and Toxic Avengers. In addition, from offering the longest run of the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the world, which John knows because he did a story about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And what's so cool about their showings is that they also pair it with fantastic live entertainment like the Clinton Street Cabaret. And if you attended our 503-day block party, you might have caught them. It's amazing. But Clinton Street Theater also has this really quirky yearly tradition where every October they play Frankenhooker. It's another camp classic, and it might be the closest thing to a movie mascot. Like the Frankenhooker poster is like one of the first things you see when you enter the theater, and it might boggle like your mind. Like, why am I watching this like slightly problematic thing? But it's so good. It was made in the 90s. It's completely in bad taste, but we're all holding space for it, and we're all going to be there together. It's awesome. The last theater I wanted to mention is Hollywood Theater. They're again showing some really like classic horror films. They have Jennifer's Body, but they're also showing Defula, which is the first feature film performed completely in ASL. So Defula was shot in Portland. It's the 50th anniversary. The producer is going to be there for a Q&A, and it should just be awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my gosh. I was looking at the Pam Cut calendar. Something you didn't point out, Claudia. They are showing Suspiria, but they're doing a Suspiria double feature of the original from the 70s and then the remake that came out like 8 or 10 years ago.
With
so you
Tilda.
Can watch with Tilda. So you can watch Suspiria twice, which actually sounds like a really awesome day to me.
Did you see I didn't see the new one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you
I
like
liked it? It was Luca Guadagnino, though. Call Me by Your Name guy. So
No, I mean, Tilda Swinton would have made me want to see it no matter what. But I got to tell you, I have like an immediate distaste whenever there's a remake. I'm like, I don't want to.
it's a good one.
I'm sure it's good though. I'm sure it's good. Well, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, our top picks for food and drink for the month of October. You know, traveling after Labor Day might be a cheat code because trails and beaches are less crowded and we're past all those scorching hot days. So if you're looking to explore a bit more of Oregon before the rains come, skip Airbnb and Vrbo and hit up Cascadia Getaways. They're locally owned and operated by Oregonians who love this state as much as you do. Plus, they're on average 5 to 15% cheaper than most of these larger vacation rental platforms. They've got stunning homes across Mount Hood, the coast, Central Oregon, and more. And if you're currently in the market for someone to manage your vacation property, Cascadia Getaways is always looking for local partners. Whether you choose to book with Cascadia Getaways or another property manager, remember just to book direct, book local, save money. It's a win-win. Visit CascadiaGetaways.com to book your next trip or connect with their team. That's CascadiaGetaways.com. October is here, and so is the return of chilly air seeping into your home. So if you still have old, creaky, or cracked windows, Window Nation has some pretty cool sales and promotions going on right now. Like this month, the more windows you buy, the more you can save, from 30 to 50% off your total project. There's also no limit to how many windows you replace, and your total price includes 1-day installation. Plus, you could celebrate your newly upgraded home with 2 free tickets to an upcoming Portland Thorns game and a pair of 2-day Icon Session passes. So get started on your free estimate before October 31st to save big on your replacement windows. Schedule a fast free estimate now with the pros at windownation.com. That's windownation.com. License number OR 249065.
Hey there, I'm Scott, and I'm a CityCast Portland neighbor. I've lived in Portland for 25 years. I'm grateful that Portland has connected me with a community of comics fans and creators, and that I can ride my bike anywhere. I especially love our beautiful parks. I've discovered there's so much about Portland that deserves the spotlight. CityCast Portland helps shine that spotlight and pays attention to the whole city. Plus, I love that it's accessible. Every morning, I read the newsletter and listen to the podcast while I walk my dog. It's the perfect length, and it helps me understand what's happening in our communities, from neighborhood issues to mayoral interviews that have helped shape how I vote. CityCast Portland feels like sitting in on a smart, good faith conversation with hosts who care about the issues Portlanders are talking about. Some days it's silly and fun, other days it goes deep, but it's always relevant. That's why I became a member, because local media matters, and I believe we have a social responsibility to help it thrive in Portland. Come be a part of the conversation and join me as a CityCast Portland neighbor at membership.citycast.fm.
Well, we're back, but before we jump in, Julia wants to share something with the class.
Here I go. So I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing here at CityCast Portland right now. I think one of the things we're best at is finding all the many ways to celebrate being a Portlander and remind ourselves why we choose to live here in this beautiful and complicated city with things like our guide and all of our awesome picks. This means we're always engaged with all the things that make Portland Portland. I mean, we literally created 503 Day, the totally real City Hall approved holiday that Claudia just mentioned, celebrating our city and each other. But the point is, if we've helped you feel more connected and proud to call this place home, I am asking you to please consider becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor. Your support really does keep our city's stories alive and keep people informed. So please sign up and let us treat you with all the perks like exclusive events and giveaways. If you join right now for $10 a month or $100 a year at membership.citycast.fm, you'll be able to get that sweet, sweet tote bag that says Neighbors Make Portland, but you have to join before Friday. Again, that's membership.citycast.fm.
All right, well, let's get to why we're here. Food.
Oh my gosh. So much
All
good
right.
eating this time of year.
Okay, who's ready to share their pick for food or drink?
I can go first because I am so freaking excited about this, which is the opening of Sunrise on North Williams. Oh my God, I can't get enough of Sunrise. So it's in the old XLB space.
I'm sorry, R.I.P. XLB. R.I.P.
RIP
Yeah.
XLB.
Okay.
I will, yes, I'll put my lighter up for XLB for a moment. But if there's going to be something that's going to go into that space, this restaurant is incredible. They're doing like Filipino, Southeast Asian inspired food, sort of, focusing on silog, which is like Filipino garlic rice and egg breakfast.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So the guys who run this place have been around for a little bit. They started at Deadshot. Then they had a kiosk at the Moxie Hotel downtown, but this is their first like brick and mortar location. And I am obsessed with it. They do both sort of like daytime and dinner food, but I went in there the other week. Guys, I think I might have a new favorite breakfast sandwich in Portland.
No.
Like, not even joking. They have this pork belly breakfast sandwich with like Heyday milk buns. And you know how I feel about breakfast sandwiches. Like, I've got some like hard faves, but this one is definitely like top 5, near the top of the list right now. But also just like their silog bowls are just so lovely. Like a nice like garlic rice egg bowl. Oh, it is so, so good. They also have like a dinner service that's a little bit more creative, some like more elevated plates, like crispy pork belly there as well. You guys got to check it out.
This is kind of a perfect pick for me because I just discovered Filipino fried garlic rice. I didn't know it was a specialty, but I've been seeing a lot of recipes on TikTok and I'm like, I want to try it. And so this is kind of awesome. I swear, I'm just like, how did you know my algorithm, John?
Ooh. I'm poking around on their Instagram right now and I'm noticing that the one and only Brooke Jackson Glidden from the Portland Monthly follows Sunrise, which is always a great sign. Because she knows where all of the good food is.
Yeah. And they are like basically right across the street from Jinju. And they already have done some like collaborations between the two restaurants.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So I think that there's more of that to look forward to as well.
Jinju, who, if you're new around here, was named the best bakery in the entire country by the James Beard Association or whatever they're called. I'm just like, by James Beard himself. He came back from
By the ghost of James Beard.
May as well
imagine? I would be so honored.
Yeah.
The ghost of James Beard came back just to say anything to me. What about you, Julia?
Okay, so I am talking about another spot in my new neighborhood on North Mississippi. It's called Tartuca, and it's an Italian restaurant. They're open from 5 to 9 on most days of the week, but they are closed on Mondays. And this spot has been like lightly on my radar for a very long time, but I feel like I never hear about it. And I was validated while doing research for this pick because it is listed on Eater's top underrated restaurants and hidden gems in Portland last year. So it makes sense. It's like this spot is legit, but it for some reason just goes under the radar.
Because it's not new. It's been there forever.
No, it's not new. It's been there. It's teeny little tables and the environment's really cute and rustic. And there's a couple of things on the menu that have caught my eye. The lamb meatballs with pistachio and pesto sounds unreal. And they also have the zucchini lemon saffron bucatini, like those thick spaghetti looking noodles with the hole in the middle. It's like my all-time favorite style of pasta. They do make handmade pasta and they also have gluten-free options, which is really cool because it's not often to come by that for Italian spots. But the cool thing about it too is that it's just a really awesome area to go and explore other bars too. So you can go in early, get some dinner, and then you have like so many bars to go and check out, and even places to go catch live music at the 1905 and at Mississippi Studios. So it really is like an opportunity for an awesome date night, either for yourself or with your friends, your partner. I'm really looking forward to it. Have you guys been to this spot yet, John? I feel like you maybe have. Okay.
Yeah, I have. I really like Tartuca. I love the layout because it is like a long counter with an open kitchen. You know, it is an elevated, nicer restaurant, but it almost has like a bit of a diner feel, right? It is like very, very intimate, and the food that they're putting out is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I feel like I had some cheesy dumplings that when I went there that were just like off the hook. They were really, really good.
Okay, I gotta keep my eye out for that one.
Nice. I have not been. I remember when it was Radar though, and I think that's why the sadness of why I have not been is I miss Radar so much. I don't know if you guys remember Radar.
Oh yeah.
Another
Radar was
RIP. It was amazing. Love that place, but I'm sure Tartuca is awesome too. Well, you guys, for my pick, it's more general. I'm not really pointing out a restaurant. I'm just going to point out a type of food that I'm most excited about, and it's soup.
Soup has really been on my mind too.
Claudia's like,
I'm right there with
food.
you.
I want to eat food.
Soup. Just making them, going out to eat them.
Slurping them.
So, yeah, soups. So here's the deal with soups is that for a while I would do like a soup of the week. Oh. I don't know if you guys done this, but it was like a challenge when I lived with my partner is we would every other week we would kind of like trade off and come up with a new recipe. And we came up with all these crazy new recipes of just soups just because we were like, all right, it's my week. I got to wow us. And like, we can't eat tortilla soup again, you know? So I don't know. It really did expand my like horizons of like soup as like the main meal. So I like went deep into Reddit because I'm just like, I wonder what people's favorite soups are in town. So I wanted to shout out a few of people's favorite soups and like where they're getting them. So of course we have the classic like pho, right? From Pho, Oregon and Pho Hung. But I think that a lot of people are sleeping on galbi tang. So galbi tang is this like very rich soup with Korean short ribs, and it just falls apart. It's one of those things where if you look at it and you don't know what's going on, you might be like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. You're going to love it. So galbitang, you can get it at Umma. You can get it at pretty much almost any Korean restaurant that isn't just like wings or whatever. But then I didn't hear, maybe you guys know about this. People love the chowder at Ox. Have you guys heard about that? Because I was like, the clam chowder at Ox, but like Reddit is just like, it is the greatest thing you'll eat there. And I'm like, at the steakhouse?
Yeah, that's so random.
I'll give it a go. I like a good chowder.
Exactly. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do that up. But I also wanted to remind people of the VLs, Javiel, Rose VL. That is a legacy soup institution here in Portland. The Vietnamese make the best soups. I'm going to say it. And every day, it's a new soup of the day. It's awesome. And you can ping pong between those two restaurants.
I need to go. I've never been.
Oh, no, it is so good. They have like their very famous turmeric soup, which is like people love that. But anything they make is amazing. And I also wanted to point out I don't know if you guys know about that Taiwanese spot. They make this really good spicy beef noodle soup, which is a Taiwanese special. And of course, if you haven't been in a while, Frank's Noodle House, always banging soup. So that is my soup presentation. I hope that I got people excited about something that I feel like a lot of people are just like, whatever, soup. And I'm like, no. Rethink soup, because I think it is more than like a precursor to a meal. I think it is the meal. I said it. You put that on a shirt.
My favorite soup to your list, Claudia?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Samyang Thai. It's on Northeast Fremont. I've literally not ordered a single thing else but this soup. The first time I tried it, I was like, great, I'm never getting anything else on this menu. So I don't know about the rest of the menu. But it's a duck noodle soup from this spot. It's like a clearly family-run spot. And it's this like amazing, like sweet, salty, spicy broth that like cures you if you have a little bit of a cold. And it comes with like bean sprouts and these like perfectly sliced pieces of duck on top. It's life-changing. So if you can go there this season, highly recommend it.
Yeah. What about you, John?
So good.
What's your favorite?
The thing that immediately comes to my mind is, and I think I shouted this out a month or two ago, was the tomato korba at Alma. That sort of Eastern European Balkan style restaurant on MLK. It's like a tomato soup, but it is like the richest, like most spiced, most delicious tomato soup you're ever going to have. And it was cheap. I think it was like a $7 bowl of soup. So check that out. Tomato korba at Alma.
All right. Will do. Well, our sponsor, Freem Family Brewers, also has a pick of their own that they wanted to highlight, and it's their fall flavors for their beer. So, of course, they got that old pumpkin beer. Do you guys ever pumpkin beer it up?
I can.
I'm not a pumpkin beerer, but I respect the pumpkin beer. I respect the pumpkin economy. Yeah.
Okay.
I will get down on an Oktoberfest. That's in my wheelhouse.
They also have Mexican chocolate stout, which is something that I might fuck with.
That I'm here for.
Right? Mm-hmm. And a Czech dark lager. And if you didn't know, they just opened up a new spot in Milwaukee, Oregon. Their flagship spot is still in Hood River, but Milwaukee is like maybe 30 minutes away or less. And they're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can visit freembeer.com for a full menu. And if you don't know how to spell that, because it's a tricky spelling, it's PFRIEM beer.com. All right, you guys, it is the final pick. What is the hack of the month for October?
I can go first on this one. And this is sort of a collaborative hack between our podcast and the newsletter and just all of our readers of the newsletter.
Nice.
Because Rachel, our newsletter editor at Hey Portland, just put out a nice little article about how it's the change of seasons and it's a great time to clear out your closet. And we got so many great recommendations from readers about places that you can clear out your closet and take some donations to. So I'm going to take through a few of them. Jess recommends Rosehaven in Northwest Portland. It's a women's day shelter. They're always in need. They prefer women's clothing, but they also take gender-neutral clothing and some men's clothing so that there are options there. Michelle recommends Mustard Seed Thrift Store in Woodstock. They take donations. All the money goes towards community outreach programs. Matt has a bunch of recommendations. The Career Clothing Closet at Portland State, or Dress for Success if you have like professional clothes you want to get rid of, or Join in Montevilla. or outside in downtown if you have like more informal clothing that you want to unload. And then Annette has a bunch of ideas for things that aren't necessarily clothing related. Specifically, the community warehouse in the King neighborhood is really great for donating used furniture and making sure that it goes to great causes. And then Annette also recommends Free Geek in Hosford, Abernathy, if you have electronics to get rid of.
Oh, that's cool.
I am literally just like scratching the surface of the recommendations that came in. They were all in the Hey Portland newsletter recently. And if you love that sort of stuff and you're not subscribed to the newsletter, definitely check it out because there's great tips like this coming through every day too.
So helpful.
Can I shout out Path Home? They also take donations, and they are one of 2 only shelters for families. And they do amazing work, and they're out in Southeast 92nd. They're always looking for, I think, fresh sheets, toys, clothing, family-friendly stuff. Check it out. I think they have like a list of things that they're always looking for.
Yeah, just talk with them on the show. Definitely check out that episode if you missed it too.
That's Path Home. Well, what about you, Julie? What's your hack?
Okay, so this one's for the scary movie nerds out there that don't want to leave the house this month to go to the movies and are hoping to explore a more niche genre of cult and underground horror films. And I'm talking about Split Tooth Media's October Horror series. So Split Tooth Media is an online Portland-based indie publication that does long-form film and music reporting. And the founders, Craig and Brett Wright, are friends of mine, and they've been doing this series for almost a decade now. And basically, it features all types of writers from all over North America reviewing underground horror films, new and old, every day in October for you to follow along with. And it's all different types of horror too, national, international, found footage, gore, paranormal. It kind of covers everything. But it's really just a great way to get the most out of the horror movie season and check out some films that you probably have never heard of before. And it also just like, for me, it's super helpful because it takes care of like the indecisive, endless movie scroll that you get into when you want to just sit down and watch a kick-ass horror film, but you don't know which direction to go in. And then you get to read a breakdown of the film after watching it. So it's like you're a part of a bigger thing. But I've been a horror film person since I was very, very young, and I kind of stepped away from it for a minute, but this year I'm really hoping to lean into it and be shown things that like are totally out of this world, like nothing I've seen before. And I feel like this is like the perfect place to go.
Wait, so are you able to stream the movies on the site?
It's not a movie streaming site. It's basically giving you like the best of like the underground,
and then you find it.
Genre.
And then you find it.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So it gives you their
Got it.
breakdown and
Yeah, this is like a movie madness shopping list.
It's a shopping list.
Literally
Okay.
perfect
Thank you, John.
combo. So if you are interested, they're going to start up on October 1st. Go to splittoothmedia.com and just look for their October horror section. It'll be there for you every day.
This is so cool. I have not seen, I watch a lot of scary movies as well, and I'm looking at last year's list. There's a handful of them I've seen, but a lot I haven't. I was actually talking with my partner, and we're going to try and watch scary movies this season, but we're going to only do one per country. So we're going to try and watch a scary movie from a different country as many times as we can in October. So I'm definitely going to be referencing this list.
Oh, yeah. That'll be so
Nice.
perfect for trying to hit that goal.
Hausu. I haven't seen it from Japan. Have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen House.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I haven't, so I'll be watching that for sure.
Oh, Julia, it's so good.
It's going to blow my mind.
It's just so freaking weird. It's just, you're just like, why though?
What is happening?
There's a lot of whys, and it's awesome. Well, my hack for this month is that we're now ready to mushroom. And I mean that, I mean forage. I meant foraging, John. I meant foraging. It is mushrooming season. Just a reminder that Portland has some of the most amazing groups that you can join if you want to learn more about mushrooming. The Oregon Mycological Society. They always have field trips and stuff. You join for a very nominal fee a year, and you're able to access some of their classes and stuff. But also, I just was curious. I was like, oh, are there foraging trips for beginners? And if you Google that, you will find so many nature guides in town that are just like, yeah, I'll take you. Yeah. And it looks legit. It doesn't look scary. But yeah, I don't know. If you at all have been like, I want to learn how to mushroom, I'm telling you, even just going to Forest Park, you're going to find some really cool stuff. I actually found candy caps in Forest Park, which is, I don't know if you guys like to forage for mushrooms, but like that was a find. Like I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah. And I do love the idea of doing it with a guide, because the few times that I've gone out foraging with a guide, they're so good at like helping you train your eye of what to look for. They'll be looking at an area outdoors and be like, I don't see anything. And they'll be like, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then suddenly you're able to see it too. It's a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just one of those things, like if you want to continue staying active as it gets wetter, mushrooming is just so much fun. All right. So we've gotten to the point where we vote for the best group activity for us.
Claudia, do you want to make us soup or what?
Why don't you make us soup and then we can just watch horror movies on my couch all winter
I think
long.
I like this. I'm making us a weird ass soup. And we are going to John's house. This seems like the easiest like transition over. So we're not all gonna take tree allyship
Together,
with John?
holding hands.
Nah.
No, okay, cool.
Soup and movies.
Soup and movies it is. That was the quickest
and
one I think
movies,
we've ever
yeah.
decided.
I think we're all a little tired.
We're just like, we just want to eat soup and watch movies.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me.
Sounds awesome. And thank you everyone for listening. We hope that this helps you out. If you guys, of course, we're just scratching the surface here. If you guys know about some really cool things happening and you want to share it with us, Portland@citycast.fm. Yeah, you guys, thanks again. Another success.
Another beautiful set of picks. Happy
Thank
October.
you.
Yeah, happy October. Before we head out, I just want to thank our new CityCast Portland members, Laura J, Adriana G, Jessica C, Karen M.A, Barbie W, Denise N, Katie W, Kat S, Laureen F, Diana W, and Stephen G. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We could not do this without you. If you too would like to support local journalism, head over to membership.citycast.fm. As most of our listeners know, we do a lot more than monthly guides at CityCast Portland. Our daily podcast and newsletter also brings you local news and thoughtful conversations on the things that matter most to us here in Portland. New CityCast Portland neighbor Jack W. wrote this as his reason for becoming a member. I love the content and the positivity. As a lifelong Portlander, I appreciate all of the topics and timely reporting too. Nice balance between fun and policy and news. Sammy W. wrote in, I moved here only 2 months ago and I still feel like I'm getting settled in. I have some friends, but as the only single guy in a friend group where everyone else are parents to young kids, I don't get to see them pretty much ever, so it's on me to find things to do and places to see. Thank you, Jack and Sammy, for writing in and becoming members. Sammy, welcome to Portland. We're so honored we can help you get connected to your new home. Again, we're in the last couple of days of this campaign and also the last couple of days of giving away our Neighbors Make Portland tote bags when you sign up at membership.citycast.fm. Thank you so much. That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you with Slims.